Hello, in this video I want to talk about some of the basic network configuration such as assigning new IP address to the server and assign new host name to the server. We are also going to disable the firewall at the end of this video. Okay, so to start with this system, let's check the IP address for this system. So the command for that is ifconfig, and if you scroll a little up, you can see ETH0 here, and the second line here, 190.100.120.1, that's the IP address for this system. That's the IP address assigned for this system. Okay. So to change and assign a new IP address for this Linux system, which is Red Hat Linux, we're using Vim editor, and we're going to this path etc slash sysconfig slash network scripts and slash if cfg dash ETH0. This is the path we're going to open the file to change the IP address, and I hit enter. The Vim editor open this file, and you can see here the IP address in the third line is 190.100.121. We're going to change this, so I press I. When I press I, you can see the word insert in the bottom of this page. So now I can change this IP address. Okay, I'm going to change it to 192.168.110, and when I'm done with this, I press escape and then shift colon and then W, which is write, and Q for quit. Okay, so I think that I changed the IP address, but we need to restart the network as well to apply all of these changes. So we're doing systemctl restart network. And after that, it takes like a couple of seconds, 3-4 seconds, and then restart the system. And now we go back to ifconfig to see ifconfig to see the IP address is assigned or not, the new IP address, and ETH0 here 192.168.110. So the new IP address here, it's assigned. Okay, the host name. To check the host name, you can see here root at sys1, and that says the host name is sys1, but you can use a command I'm sorry, host name, and you can see sys1 here. So that's the host name for this system, for this server. And to changing the host name, we are going to again using the Vim editor and different paths. So Vim, you can use Nano editor, but I'm more preferring to using Vim editor. etc slash host name is the path for changing the host name. And when I hit enter, you can see here sys1 on the top, and press I to change this, and I want to change that Reza Desk 1, and then I hit, when I'm finished editing, hit escape, shift colon WQ, and I just go one more time to restart the system. System CTL restart network. Usually is not changing. You can't see the changes, but it's already changed. But here you still see root at sys1. The way I'm doing, I close this terminal and reopen it again to see the changes applied or not. So I close this terminal and I go ahead, open the terminal. The mouse is not working sometimes. Okay, now go to root, and you can see here root at result-desk1 is the host name, and if you check the host name as well, you see the result-desk1 is the host name. So the host name change, and also we change the IP address. Let's see if this IP address is already changed, because now we close the terminal and we reopen it, and I want to ping that to see if it's this work or not. 192.100. It was not 168.110. I think it was the IP address we assigned, and yes, that's the IP address we assigned, and it's working and it's pinging. But if this is for the training purpose, we never supposed to disable the firewall. But if you want to use this as a training purpose between two servers in Hyper-V Manager, not the actual servers, so you may need to disable the firewall to make it a little easier for you to be able to ping between these two servers, like server 1, server 2, like this one is Desk 1 to Desk 2. We need to disable the firewall. So to doing this, let's check the firewall first. I want to clear this page. Again, we're using system CTL or system control, and status of the firewall D. Firewall D. And it says the firewall is active and running. And this is one way you can check the status of the firewall. If you see if it's not active, you can go ahead and activate that. And to want to stop that, we do using the same command, but instead of status, you just type stop firewall D, and it stops the firewall. Let's check the status, and you see where is the command I had? Okay, it says the firewall stops. Should be somewhere. You know the top says that, but okay, yes, here active says inactive since Friday to 2020, and 6 seconds ago it become inactive. And I want to clear this page and redo that one more time to see. Yes, because the line on the top was misleading. I think it was status of the last time I checked the firewall. So now you can see the firewall is not activated. Okay, and that was about it about this video. I hope it's helpful and we learned something out of it, and thumbs up for the next videos. Thank you very much.